This conference will now be recorded.
This tutorial is to introduce you to Oregon Parks and Recreation Department Grants Online system. This particular tutorial will cover opening a new application, navigation in the application, the edit and save buttons, and accessing an existing application. You will notice on here that it says test server all over the place. So we have a test system so that anything I enter here doesn't mess up the actual system. I will also note that I am an employee of OPRD. I can, in this system, for training purposes and testing the system purposes, apply for grants, but I can't in the actual system. Just wanted to note that. So when you log in, and there is a different tutorial for logging in, it will look like this. If you are associated with more than one organization, you will have more than one appear here in a line. If you only have one, it will say organization and have it right here in this space. If the organization you are hoping to represent in applying for a grant, be sure and click on it so that it highlights with blue like this one is right here. That will show you all of the information for that organization. And when you're looking to apply for a grant, you go to this red box to find any new applications that are available. If you're applying and you don't see one you think you're eligible for and you think it's open, then you need to contact the grant manager to make sure that you have access to it in the system. So you'll click on this red button and then you will see the list of grants for which you are eligible that have open applications at that time. And you pick the one you want. Right now I only have one option. You click on that and it tells you here an application was created. And now you see this is changed to one application instead of no applications. When you click here, the list below here appears. You might be eligible for more than one grant program. You might have past applications that you submitted. All of your applications will appear here in a list. So when you're ready to open your application, you click here. If you have started an application and then you accidentally open a second one, or you choose not to apply for the grant, you can, and we appreciate it if you click delete application, and then you can affirm that and it will go away. I don't want to do that right now. When you're in this system, the only way to enter information is by clicking the edit button. I like to save regularly. I recommend it. So this is the save application button. This only saves it, does not submit it to staff to continue with the grant process. You can save the application as many times as you want, and you can come in and out of the system and continue to reopen by clicking edit, and save by clicking save application. Once you have all of your information filled out, all of the required fields in the attachments that are required, the submit application button will be available to you. So you won't be able to submit unless you have all required attachments and fields complete. You will know if you have required fields complete by checking out these symbols here. We, in a different tutorial, will go over each of these sections and how to enter information for them. But know that the red asterisk is required fields, and every one of those has to have appropriate information entered in them. Once they all are filled in that category, and that doesn't mean it's all the required ones. There are additional questions that you should be responding to as well. So once those are all filled out, this red exclamation point will turn into a green circle with a checkbox. The contact information auto-fills, so that is why that is a green check. Supplemental information are the narrative questions. Your grant manager may make all of those required. They may not make any of them required. I recommend that you answer every question that there is, but that is why this one already has a green checkbox. So everything in here is required, and thus it has the exclamation point. When you are done with this, you can click home and you can click log out. If you log out and log back in, you can find the same application that you're working on by clicking this and going to your application. Now, because I didn't enter any information here, let's go ahead and do that so you can see what it looks like. Click edit. I'm going to put a title in here. And I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to go home. And now your project name will appear here. So I recommend keeping the name very short and specific. Once you have everything complete and you get a grant, you can access the grant project under projects. That is covered in another tutorial as well. Thanks very much. Ask your grant administrator if you have any questions.